All right, ESPN College Pickem Week 2 here on Winning Cures Everything. And, hey, let's go on and dive into this. All right, so we'll start off with this. And I try to make these videos really short. But, look, we went 5-5 last week, so not ideal. But we're going to get better. We're going to keep rolling. So let's do this. We'll start off with Texas and Michigan. That Michigan offense is not good. I'm going to go with Texas. However, let's click on this to show you what I'm looking at stats-wise. I still have a lot of priors built in. I think next week I might just drop the priors. Might just get those things out of here. Not worried about them whatsoever. So, but that's what we're looking at. But I still trust Texas to be able to score, and I don't trust Michigan, so we'll drop on that. Arkansas and Oklahoma State. Arkansas beat up on a bad FCS team. Oklahoma State handled the best FCS team in South Dakota State. I'm going to side with Oklahoma State at home. I don't think Arkansas is fully fixed. I think when they play a good opponent. Now, my number would disagree because, as you can see here, it's got Oklahoma State minus 7.26 or 27, whatever. So, my number would say that this should be closer to a touchdown. I think that Oklahoma State's going to win by 10-14. I think they are fired up for this game. This is a very important game. The players are all talking about how big this game is for Oklahoma State. So, we're going to side with the Cowboys there. Kansas State and Tulane. Talent profile actually very similar on this, and we'll pull it up on the screen for you. Kansas State minus 9.35 is what I've got. That's priors and everything built in. Tulane does look pretty good, but you are asking, well, and this is at home. This is in New Orleans. So you've got a redshirt freshman quarterback having to deal with Kansas State's defensive line. 10.5 feels like a lot. Home dog. Yeah. All right. Give me Tulane. Let's go with that. Moving along, the Baylor Bears are 15.5 point underdogs, and I already gave this out on the show yesterday on the BetUS College Football Show every Tuesday and Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Which, by the way, subscribe to the channel if you've not already done that. And make sure and check out bettingcfb.com if you want to be a member. All of my stat profiles, all that kind of stuff is posted over there. We're going to have the full gamut next week because we will have all the teams, all the stats, all the everything. And we're going to have, for most of them, at least 2 data points, if not more. So I am pretty excited about that. I am pretty excited there. Let me go on and show you what I've got for Baylor. I expect running clock. I expect defense. I think that Baylor can put up enough points. DeQuan Finn, the quarterback that transferred in from Toledo, I feel good about it. So that is what we will roll with there. We move on. The South Carolina Gamecocks heading to Lexington, Kentucky, and South Carolina beat Old Dominion last week, but they got outgained. They didn't look clean. They didn't look concise. And my number with the priors is Kentucky minus 5.9. So about 6 points, even at home. And that's with home field advantage and everything. So there's a part of me that thinks that maybe South Carolina was just not focused on that game at all, and Old Dominion was a little better than they anticipated. But it is scary. So I'm gonna roll with South Carolina because I don't think Kentucky is great. They didn't even get a full game in. They only got until halftime, and then it got delayed again. They didn't start playing until like close to 11 o'clock at night. And I think that was Central Time. So SEC bylaws did not allow that one to continue, but they beat Southern Miss 31-0 in one half. We'll see. At least I got some game reps. Next on the board, Michigan State and Maryland. So this one, you want to talk about right on the number? It's 9.5 at ESPN. I've got it 9.031. So Maryland looked great against UConn. And Michigan State did not look great against FAU. There's still some things that need to be worked out with Michigan State. But if this was 10, I would probably roll Michigan State. Or 10.5, I'd probably roll Michigan State. But as it sits, I think I'm going to go Maryland here. I think they look like the more buttoned-up team, so I'll roll there. South Florida and Alabama. Interesting game. Last year, 17-3 in Tampa. I'm fairly close to the number here. Alabama minus 27.63. I mean, you see the talent differential, all that kind of stuff. I do expect Alex Golesh to to put up points this year as opposed to last year. Game state, I think, is going to go a lot differently this go around. But I do think that Alabama is going to end up covering this. 30.5. Okay, give me. I got 27. It's 30.5. You know what? I'll go with the home favorite. Forget it. I know Alabama's got Wisconsin next week, but this team has been playing. Like, I think they had 83 participants listed, and if I'm not mistaken, that's more than Saban ever had in any game of his Alabama career. I don't think he ever played more than like 60-something, or maybe 70. But DeBoer played 83 guys against Western Kentucky. Probably, or might get that again. We'll see. But even still, they were able to take advantage of that and they put more points on the board. They didn't stop really running the offense. It was interesting, and they're incredibly explosive. Good gracious. All right, Western Michigan and Ohio State. Ohio State, a 38.5-point favorite here. My number is relatively close. Last week, some fake scores in there. 52-6 over Akron. I had it 38 in favor of Ohio State last week, so we got the cover there. But I mean, the talent differential is such a huge thing here. I've got it 32. Does Ohio State try and run this thing up, or do they even care? I don't think they care. I'm going to go Western Michigan. 38.5. 38's key number. I mean, not a key number, but you get the point. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay, Oklahoma and Houston. Oklahoma, a 27.5-point favorite. Houston looks like a mess. Just an absolute mess. Now, my number is way off on this because my priors, I think, were wrong on them. This one, Oklahoma finally got things rolling against Temple. So I will take Oklahoma there. And then finally, last game here, Boise State and Oregon. Oregon, an 18.5-point favorite. I think I'm going to ride Boise State. I think Oregon's got some things that they still got to clean up. The box score certainly said they should have beaten Idaho by more, but they had trouble getting in the end zone. Oregon, minus 19.8 is what I've got it. I think Boise is going to be able to score here. I don't think Oregon really cares all that much. They play at Oregon State next week. This is just filler games for Oregon until they get to the Ohio State game. So let's roll with Boise State at 18.5. And how many points will be scored in Texas versus Michigan? Let's do. I think that Texas defense is actually pretty good. And if Michigan can't score, that's going to drop this total quite a bit. Let's do 41. 41 total points. Why not? Man, it might be lower than that, really. We'll do 41. That's fine. All right. And we have submitted. I am in. What a day. All right, bettingcfb.com, winningcureseverything.com. Check out the BetUS College Football Show every Tuesday and Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And, I hope you guys have a lot of success on your plays this week. Thanks for listening to Winning Cures Everything. Make sure and follow me on Twitter at GaryWCE. If you want to toss in a question, you can email me, Gary at winningcureseverything.com. Make sure and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.